Hello, writers. Welcome to this week's Writer's Tool Shed. We're going to learn some new specific word tools today that help you control your meaning more clearly in your sentences. The bushel of peanuts was delivered to our house by accident. It wouldn't have been a problem except for one thing. I was allergic to peanuts. As soon as I opened the door and looked at the box, I felt my throat begin to itch and my eyes start to swell. Mom stuck me with my EpiPen right away. I always think she's way too eager to stick a needle into my leg. So I didn't die. But I felt pretty gloomy knowing that a sack of nuts was deadly enough to take me out for good. Mom spent half an hour yelling on the phone, and pretty soon the delivery truck reversed into our driveway. They took the box away and cleaned the whole front porch, vacuumed, scrubbed, sanitized. Mom wanted to make sure every particle of peanut was gone for good. So our first word is bushel. It means 8 gallons technically, but it's also a more informal way of saying a large amount. Like you can see the bushels of rice that are in their sacks over here. When you're writing with it, you could just say a lot. There was a lot of rice, but a bushel is a little bit more colorful and more exaggerated. You can also use bushel to talk about intangible things as more of a metaphor. You could say a bushel of laughs. It was a bushel of laughs at that party, meaning there was so much laughter, we were having so much fun. Eager, being very interested in something, impatient to do it. This guy is saying, ooh, ooh, me, I'll do it, pick me. He really wants to get up out of his seat and go. If you're writing with it, eager versus excited, you could be excited about something, but that doesn't necessarily have the sense of being impatient or interested. Like if you're excited, you're happy, you're waiting for it to happen. But if you're eager, then you're just raring to go. You're getting off your seat. Gloomy, overspread with darkness or dimness, depressing. This is a picture of a gloomy day because there's so many clouds and so much fog that the sunlight is just not getting through. So there's this dark dimness in the air. If you're writing with it, gloomy versus cloudy, gloomy has more of an emotional connotation. So you feel the emotion of the darkness and the depressing mood, as opposed to cloudy is more neutral, where you say, oh, yeah, there are clouds, but we don't necessarily feel one way or another. Gloomy is often used to talk about a person's feelings too, like I'm feeling gloomy because it might be sunny on the outside, but I feel on the inside as if there's this cloud over my life. Reverse is a verb to go in the opposite way from before. If you've ever played the game Uno, you might know the reverse card, where each person takes their turn in the circle, but once you play a reverse, then it goes around the other way and you have to go backwards. When you're writing with it, you could just say turn around, but reverse is a little bit more drastic and specific. If you were to turn around, you are facing your body and then you face to the left and then you face backwards. And so your body literally turns. But if you reverse, then you just go backwards without turning because you're trying to get where you're going so quickly. Um, and you see that in a car when it's driving. A car has its different gear shifts, and you see the R for reverse when the car goes backwards. Particle is a noun, the smallest possible amount of something. You can see in the sunlight here, there are tiny particles of dust hanging in the air. When you're writing with it, a particle versus an atom, like you might think of an atom as the smallest possible amount of something, and an atom is scientifically that meaning that it's the smallest possible. Particle is less technical and less scientific, but it's more just an informal way of talking about something that's very small. And so the particles of dust, you could say of particles of peanuts, like in the story, because the peanuts were possibly broken down into these very, very small dust pieces. You could say particles of steel, particles of iron, and it's all just a small, small amount. That's all for today.